Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Okay, so before we get into this video, everything I say is my opinion, mine alone. Please feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusions. With that being said, let's just dive into this video, shall we? Okay, so before we get in, let's just start with Adam McIntyre. I don't normally like Adam McIntyre, to be honest. I find him rather loud, brash, kind of in your face kind of person. He's Irish. My maiden name is Irish, which I don't tell anyone a lot. Very Irish actually, Callahan. Yeah, so I've just finished off watching him talking about James Charles. And as much as he annoys the hell out of me, I actually agree with him. I actually agree with what he had to say. Now, he was talking about how James took 3 months off the internet, which really didn't, because how many times did he come back to say what he needed to say? Where he addressed the ex-employee, I don't know. But he came back a couple of times. Oh, for his birthday. And how he made himself out to be the victim. And he's bang on the mark. He took down the video that he put up before going offline, so he says. He's taken accountability. And then comes back and pretty much complains about what everyone had to say about him. Calling them all liars. Despite admitting to actually interacting with 2 people. Sad. I reckon 6 months we'll be back here again. But we'll see. Then there's the video that was on Teaspiracies today. And I'm going to be honest. It actually broke my heart. And I'm not going to go too much into this. I just want to get my thoughts out there. It literally broke my heart hearing Katie talk about what she went through. And it hit a nerve or two. We're all ready and willing to call Katie out when she does these shitty things. So if we're going to call her out from, shouldn't we be doing better? And I say we as a whole. And for one woman to go and get another woman's police report from her SA, it just seems wrong. It just seems so wrong. How do you sleep at night doing something like that? I couldn't go to bed at night and sleep easy doing something like that. But oh well. It's done now. She's making this big thing about her. Making a Google Drive apparently with it all. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Now don't get me wrong, Katie's done some really, really nasty things. Really nasty. And she is no innocent. But how can we expect her to do better and then us not do better? And then we sink to her level. Just doesn't work, does it? It's rather sad, really. Anyways, what I actually wanted to talk about. Have anyone been following this little girl, 5-year-old Summer Wells? She's been missing now 25 days, I believe. And I can't believe what I'm watching. I literally can't believe it. This 5-year-old girl went missing from her home. And no one could find her. "12 years before, her auntie went missing. Her mother's sister. 6 weeks before, her granddad passed away. And apparently they don't have a suspect yet. Apparently everyone is on the table. But here's a few things that I found. When Summer went missing, her mother Candace, phoned the 15-year-old boy who went to the swimming lake with them to tell him she'd gone missing. She also phoned this 15-year-old boy to tell him she'd failed the lie detector test and was going to the police station to take another one, despite telling the public she'd passed the lie detector test. I find myself asking the question, what is going on with Candace and this 15-year-old boy? Apparently she bought him vape refills and gave him alcohol. If this was my 15-year-old, I would want to know what the fuck is going on. I am going to insert a picture by here. There is one of Candace sleeping in the back of the car, and the other is just of Candace being awake. This photo makes my skin crawl. I don't know why, but it doesn't look right. It really doesn't look right. There's something about this picture that makes my skin crawl. That poor baby. Let me just check my notes 1 second. Then you've got what she said to her mother about her sister. Now, apparently Candace said to her mother that the bee is dead. Deal with it. What are you crying for? The bee is dead. Who says that? Who says that about their sibling? Who says that about any missing person for that matter? Now, they have around 20 dogs on the property, and these dogs are protective. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. Candice and her husband have 4 children between them, 3 boys and Summer. Summer was a daddy's girl. And apparently Candace was jealous of that. That Summer got more attention from Daddy than she did. Candace also has 2 older children who were adopted. Just don't look good, does it? It really doesn't look good. My heart breaks for this little girl. And I can't help but wonder, is there a connection between the auntie, Rose Marie Bly, and Summer? There is like 12 years difference between them going missing, but they both went missing. Where are they? And another question is, if they find Summer, are they going to find Rosemary? I think they will. Personally, I feel like if they find Summer, they'll find the auntie. It's not the best outcome, but I think that's what's going to happen. And honestly, I don't think the dad knows anything about it. Now I think the grandmother and the mother know what's happened to her, but not the dad. I think he would literally flip if he knew. I think he would lose it big time. But we have to keep watching and waiting. So what are your thoughts on it? Do you think that the two disappearing is connected? Do you think the mum was involved, or the dad, or the grandmother, or all of them? Do you think those little boys know where their sister is? I don't think the boys know. But I could be mistaken there. I just hope one way or another she's found soon. Preferably alive, but I don't think that's going to happen now. It's been 25 days. That poor baby girl. It's heartbreaking. Anyways, I'm going to end it there. There isn't much more I can really add to this. It's really suspicious what's going on. If that was my son, I would be asking him a lot of questions right now. And I would be pissed about the alcohol. I just don't know. My little girl is going to be 5 in 2 weeks. So she would be the same age as Candace. Summer. 2 weeks. And they're so precious at that age. And they got their whole lives ahead of them. Most children have anyway. But every time I look at my little girl now, I think about her, Summer. and where she could possibly be. It's hard to know how to end a video like this when it's so filled with emotion and being a mother of a little girl the same age. She was a proper little tomboy. I just don't know. If my little girl went missing, I don't think I'd be able to breathe. Because she is everything. All my children are everything. They're the reason I wake up every morning. Everybody needs a reason. They're mine. But this beautiful little princess is out there somewhere. And I think they know. Or I think she knows anyway. Just hope. Let's just try and keep hope. Thanks for watching. Bye.